Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Please don't hurt me.
I thought you liked the pain. I thought you liked the pain.
Wake up! You've been sleeping way too long. Get up!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. My name is David Strege, and here I have another review for you, this time of a film called Moth. It is brought to us by Elekes Pictures and directed by Hungarians Gergö Elekes and József Gallai. And it is a feature film from 2016. It's backed by The Bloodshed and Rovar Pictures and distributed by Wild Eye Releasing. So, founding themselves in the found-on-footage genre, these two directors are definitely more on the visual scale, probably more related to films like Amir and The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears by Helen Catet and Bruno Forzani. Core, also from the ABC's A Death vein of an anthology. So we have a woman screaming in the night, and then we see a woman looking across a body of water at some kind of a structure in the middle or off in the distance. This woman is Thora, who is a college professor that seems to teach mysteries of the unexplained to a class of some sort. So I'm wondering if it's a supernatural class. We are in her classroom listening to a lecture on the disappearances of some people on Road 62 in Mount Pleasant, Virginia. She tells the class that she is journeying to the spot where this has all resurfaced in Hungary to try to explain exactly where the Mothman might have went after the bridge collapsed in 1969. Asking for volunteers to come along, Adam, who I believe is a student, speaks up to come along on the trip. When they stop on the way and whatever hotel they stopped at, Adam believes that he sees something and hears a noise like there's someone in the place that they are sleeping. A little bit further, they run into a bum pushing a shopping cart in the middle of nowhere, who ends up just throwing a bottle at them and moving out of the way. Further than that, it seems like Thora is lost, but as they journey forward and coming closer to their destination, they find a group of cars that seem like they are just abandoned, which is kind of weird. And Thora hears a clicking sound. Ultimately, they run out of gas, and during the night, Thora believes that she hears some yelling, so they leave the car, and once they come back, they realize that no one's there and the car is gone. Shortly down the way, there is a tent and a backpack, so they set up camp. And they hear noises once again, and somewhere outside, they find the body of a woman. Shortly away from the woman, they find a car, which that car runs out of gas, and somehow they find themselves in an abandoned building. And once again, Thor hears a noise in the middle of the night, and just like they've seen a figure on the road, the same thing here shows up in appearance in the home. So, as you well know, I do tend to speak about spoilers. So in the end, we figure out that this was all just an elaborate setup for money, and somehow Adam gets injured. My feeling is that this was not about the Mothman, even though the film leaves us in some kind of mystery as to whether the Mothman really exists. There was an underlying message that I believe is the reason there was a certain line repeated in the end that Adam had said. It said something to the effect that all the time people are fighting when there are people dying all over the place, and that you should just take a moment and try to fix what is wrong in your life. If you can fix it, because you won't always get a second chance. Relatively, I enjoyed this film. It was very slow paced, and there wasn't entirely a lot of action. But if you watch it all the way through and you don't expect a monster, and you figure out the message that is lying within the story, it was actually kind of a profound message. I thought that what happened was weird. I mean, there were some things that were unexplainable, but I kind of wish that there might have been more suggested as to whether there really was a Mothman or not. There was a review on IMDb that gave it 3 stars and called it boring, but I don't think they entirely understood the film. Once you watch it, it's really not all that bad. I really have to give a shout out to József Gallai for putting in a heartfelt performance as Adam. I really think that he was describing his situation in his character, that he was actually really good at acting, at least on his part, and I think that this film gets overlooked in the foray of horror films that have come out. It was well shot. I liked the areas that they filmed in, and this is the kind of film. If this is the kind of film for you, and it sounds like it might be up your alley, then definitely seek the film out. I mean, granted, it was slow, but I really enjoyed it for some reason. There's just something about it that I like. I also liked the theater, the abandoned theater that they went to. I think that's sometimes location is everything. The way everything looked, it worked for what they wanted it to work for. I recommend that you check out this film. So, thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Appreciate your time spent on this page. And thanks a lot for taking and checking out this review. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?